The story begins with a cheerful wedding celebration. Our main character, Reuben, a simple and analytical man who works as a risk analyst for a life insurance company, is finally getting married to his longtime fiancée, Lisa. Everyone around them is filled with laughter, music, and celebration. Reuben is known for calculating every risk in his professional life, but ironically, the biggest decision of his life, his marriage, he takes without any calculation. His friends tease him about it, laughing that the man who analyzes everything forgot to analyze his own wedding. Despite the jokes and the chaos, the wedding goes smoothly, and the couple soon leaves for their honeymoon. Reuben and Lisa arrive at a beautiful beach resort in Thailand, a place filled with sunshine, clear skies, and the sound of waves hitting the shore. They lie together on the beach, soaking in the warmth of a new beginning, enjoying their first days as husband and wife. Just when things seem perfect, a stranger approaches them, a charming, muscular man with a broad smile and tanned skin. He introduces himself as Claude, a scuba diving instructor. His carefree attitude instantly grabs Lisa's attention. He invites both of them to join his scuba diving class, promising an unforgettable adventure underwater. Lisa is thrilled by the idea, but Reuben hesitates. He's not very fond of the ocean or adventure sports. He tries to say no, but Lisa keeps insisting, saying that this is what honeymoons are for, trying new things together. A small argument breaks out between them. Eventually, in frustration, Reuben says she can go if she wants, but he'll stay in the hotel. Lisa, irritated but excited, decides to go alone. Before leaving, Reuben asks Claude to take care of her. Claude smiles with his usual charm and assures him she'll be safe. Reuben watches them walk away and feels something uneasy inside him, but he brushes it off, thinking it's just jealousy. Later that evening, he decorates the hotel room with flowers, candles, and soft music, hoping to make up for the fight. He imagines Lisa returning from the dive, smiling and hugging him. But hours pass, and she doesn't return. Reuben sits alone, waiting, thinking maybe she went to have dinner with the scuba group. The night grows longer, but she never comes back. The next morning, he wakes up alone. There's still no message, no call. Confused and panicking, he tries calling her phone repeatedly, but there's no answer. Finally, he goes to the scuba center to ask about her. The staff says the dive ended hours ago, and everyone left. Claude is nowhere to be found either. Days pass. Reuben files a complaint, contacts the local police, but no one seems to take him seriously. The honeymoon that was supposed to be the happiest time of his life has turned into a nightmare. With a heavy heart, Reuben returns home alone. People in his office soon find out what happened. His co-workers whisper behind his back, mocking his bad luck. One of them even jokes that Reuben, the risk analyst, couldn't even analyze his own marriage risk. Despite trying to focus on work, he feels broken and humiliated. Every night he returns to his empty home, haunted by the thought of Lisa's betrayal. Weeks later, Reuben receives a call from an unknown number. He answers, and for a few seconds, no one speaks. Then he hears a soft, familiar voice. It's Lisa. Before he can say anything, she hangs up. His mind spins. He tries calling back, but the number doesn't exist anymore. The next few days, he can't sleep. He becomes obsessed with finding her. One evening, while scrolling through social media, he stumbles upon photos from a scuba diving resort. And there in one picture, he sees her, smiling, laughing with Claude beside her. His heart sinks. The truth hits him like a storm. Lisa didn't disappear. She ran away with the instructor. Reuben falls into depression. His friends try to cheer him up, but he starts avoiding everyone. Time passes slowly until one day, during a casual gathering, one of his old school friends named Sandy meets him again. Sandy is a cheerful, confident woman who works as a journalist. She listens to Reuben's story and tries to comfort him. She reminds him that life doesn't end because of one heartbreak. At first, Reuben avoids her kindness, but slowly he begins to open up. Sandy encourages him to go out, to attend parties, to meet people again. One night, she drags him to a salsa dance event. Reuben, shy and awkward, sits at a corner watching everyone dance. The music is loud, couples move gracefully, and Sandy dances with energy and joy. Reuben smiles for the first time in months. As the night goes on, Sandy invites him to dance. He refuses, saying he doesn't know how. She laughs and says, "Then let me teach you." Slowly, step by step, she helps him move with the rhythm. It's clumsy at first, but soon, Reuben starts enjoying it. That moment marks the beginning of something new. Days turn into weeks. Reuben and Sandy start spending more time together. Dinners, late-night talks, random adventures. She helps him rediscover the joy he lost. For the first time since the wedding, he feels alive again. Then one day Lisa unexpectedly returns. She shows up at Robin's house, looking guilty and nervous. Robin is stunned. She tells him that things with Claude didn't go as she expected. Claude used her and left her broke and alone. Now she's back, asking for forgiveness. Robin is conflicted. A part of him still feels the old love, but another part remembers the pain. He tells her he's not the same man anymore. Lisa pleads, saying she made a mistake, and she still loves him. Robin takes time to think. The next few days, he talks to Sandy about it. Sandy doesn't say much, she just says, "Whatever you decide, make sure it's for your peace, not your guilt." Robin realizes she's right. He finally meets Lisa again, and tells her that forgiveness doesn't always mean reunion. He forgives her, but he can't forget. Lisa breaks down crying. Robin walks away, feeling free for the first time. After that, Robin starts focusing on himself. He learns new hobbies, picks up salsa lessons seriously, and becomes a regular at the dance center. His confidence slowly returns. Months later, he and Sandy meet again at another party. This time, he asks her to dance first. They dance together, moving with perfect rhythm, smiling at each other, the crowd cheering around them. It feels like a new chapter. Robin realizes that life, like dancing, is all about losing balance and finding rhythm again. As the night ends, they sit under the stars, talking about everything and nothing. Robin thanks her for bringing him back to life. Sandy smiles and says, "You just needed a little push." The bond between them deepens, but they don't rush into anything. They decide to take it slow, to understand each other. Meanwhile, Robin receives a message from Lisa one last time, saying she's leaving the country and wishes him happiness. He doesn't reply. Instead, he deletes the message, symbolizing closure. The story then takes another turn when Sandy invites Robin on a weekend trip. They visit a peaceful beach resort, coincidentally, the same place where Robin and Lisa once spent their honeymoon. Memories flood his mind, but this time he feels calm. Sandy, unaware of his past with that place, smiles and says how beautiful it is. Robin nods, smiling softly, realizing how much he has healed. Suddenly, a familiar face appears again, Claude, the same scuba instructor. He doesn't recognize Robin at first and offers them a scuba session just like before. Robin looks at Sandy, laughs, and politely declines. Claude shrugs and walks away. Robin turns toward the sea, watching the waves crash gently on the shore. For the first time, he feels at peace with his past. The man who once measured every risk has now learned that life's best moments come without calculation. As the waves rolled gently under the warm sun, Robin and Sandy stood together watching the sea stretch endlessly toward the horizon. The same place that once reminded Robin of heartbreak now felt like peace, like a circle finally completed. Sandy took off her sandals, laughing as the waves touched her feet, while Robin stood quietly beside her, lost in thought. He wasn't running from the past anymore. He was facing it with calm acceptance. As evening approached, the beach turned golden. They sat by a small bonfire, surrounded by soft music from a nearby bar. Sandy leaned her head on his shoulder and whispered, "Sometimes we go through storms to learn how to dance in the rain." Robin smiled faintly. He knew she was right. The next morning, they explored the nearby market, tasting street food, taking pictures, and joking like carefree travelers. For Robin, every moment felt new, not because of the place, but because this time he wasn't trying to escape anything. He was simply living. Later that afternoon, they joined a small group for a boat ride to a secluded island. As the boat moved through the clear blue waters, Robin looked around. The same ocean that once took away his happiness was now giving him serenity. When they reached the island, the guide offered everyone a chance to swim and dive. Sandy jumped in happily, but Robin stayed back at first, hesitant. Then she looked up at him and shouted, "Come on, you'll love it." For the first time, Robin didn't think about the risks. He took a deep breath and dived in. Under the water, everything was silent and beautiful. Colorful fish, shimmering corals, sunlight breaking through the waves. It felt like floating in another world. As he surfaced again, Sandy was laughing, and Robin laughed with her. It was a moment of pure release, as if he was letting go of every memory that had ever hurt him. When they returned to the shore, Sandy took his hand, and for a few seconds, they stood looking into each other's eyes. No words were needed. They both knew that what they had was real, gentle, and built not on desire, but on understanding. Over the next few months, Robin's life completely changed. He started smiling more at work, reconnecting with friends, and even mentoring new employees at the insurance company. As months passed, they began to plan their future. Not marriage yet, but small steps toward it. Reuben suggested they move in together, and Sandy agreed. Their days became a mix of laughter, late-night cooking, spontaneous road trips, and quiet evenings spent talking about everything from dreams to fears. Reuben's home, once filled with emptiness, now echoed with laughter. Life had finally come full circle. Then one morning, Reuben received an email from Lisa. The subject line simply said, "Thank you." The message read, "I just wanted to say thank you for forgiving me. I've started over, and I hope you found your peace too." Reuben read it with no anger, no sadness, just calm gratitude. He replied with a simple, "I wish you happiness." That was it. The final chapter of that story closed peacefully. A year later, Reuben and Sandy visited that same beach once again, the place where everything had begun and ended. The air smelled of salt and freedom. They walked barefoot on the sand, the sky painted with colors of sunset. Reuben looked at the horizon and said, "Funny how life brings you back to the same place, but as a different person." Sandy smiled, replying, "That's how you know you've grown." As they stood there, a familiar figure appeared in the distance, Claude, older now, giving scuba lessons to tourists. Reuben watched him for a moment, then turned back to Sandy, not with bitterness, but with a quiet smile. They walked away together, hand in hand, leaving behind the man and the memories that once defined him. That evening, they attended a small beachside concert. The band played soft jazz, and couples danced under string lights. Sandy looked at Reuben and said, "Dance with me." He laughed, remembering their first awkward salsa lesson, but then took her hand. They moved slowly to the rhythm, not perfectly but beautifully. As they danced, Reuben realized that life wasn't about avoiding risks. It was about embracing them with the right person. The scene faded with their laughter, their silhouettes framed by the glowing sunset. The waves whispered softly in the background, as if telling their own story of love, loss, and rebirth. In the final scene, Reuben sits by his office window, staring at the city skyline. He's now a senior analyst, respected and admired. But this time, he doesn't analyze life, he lives it. On his desk sits a framed photo of him and Sandy at the beach, smiling. He gets a text from her saying, "Dinner tonight?" He replies, "Always." He closes his laptop, takes a deep breath, and steps out of the office. The elevator door closes, reflecting his calm smile. A man who once lost everything but learned that sometimes, losing is just another way to find yourself. The camera pans out, showing the city lights twinkling like stars, fading into the sound of the ocean waves. The same ocean that witnessed his heartbreak now echoing his peace. And that's how Reuben's journey ends, not with grand gestures, not with perfect fairy tales, but with quiet healing and real love. Because life, after all, is just like the sea, unpredictable, deep, and endlessly beautiful for those who dare to dive again.